My name is Peter Mathews. I am the Fleet Operations Manager for Interislander. What that means is anything that happens on board our 4 vessels is my responsibility, my problem. I have a marine manager, engineering manager, crewing manager that report up to me. Of course, the masters, chief engineers all report into them.
My name's Ryan Campbell, Chief Engineer on the Interislander.
I'm John from Refrigeration in Wellington, and Excel looks after all of the air conditioning and refrigeration on the Interislander and the other 2 Interislander vessels.
My ship is like a small self-contained town that sits in the middle of Cook Strait going back and forth, so it's fully self-contained, and therefore everything you can think of, whether it's sewerage systems, lifts, air conditioning, cooking, or water making, engines, so everything is contained in that steel hull. And air conditioning is really, really important for our vessels. So if we don't have temperature control or climate control on our vessels, in the middle of summer our ships absorb so much of the heat that they turn into little furnaces, and it rapidly becomes uninhabitable for not just the crew but 1,350 passengers that we take across each sailing at peak season. So it's a critical part of the operation, and some people who are used to having air conditioning in their house wouldn't think of it that way, but it's really, really critical for our ships, just as critical as the sewerage system or the lifts or the control systems.
We've got 600 passengers on board, so for us the air conditioning is one of the highest priorities for the passengers' comfort, so it's vitally important, especially in summer, that we use Excel Refrigeration to come on board, fault find, diagnose and maintain all our equipment. Also, they look after the fridge systems, domestic fridges that hold all the food on board and all our frozen goods, so we hold up to a week's worth at a time on board, so there's a significant value in the stock we hold, so it's important that we get Excel down to look after all this gear and maintain it and repair it as we need to.
Interislander is very important to us, quite a big part of our work, because the vessels are generally only in port for sometimes only 2 or 3 hours, so we've got to organise ourselves to make the best of that short turnaround time and do what we can to get them going.
Yeah, so we operate on a 24/7 basis. We have maximum sometimes of 2 hours in port, but in the peak season maybe only 50 minutes, so the window of opportunity to complete some of these works is short, so there's got to be good communication both ways to ensure that we can get people down and on board and all the work done in a timely fashion to keep the ship going.
It can be dependent on the ambient temperature. It's a lot busier during summertime because the equipment's working a lot harder. During winter time, not so much, because things seem to sort of tick along, but any faults will become very evident during summertime. We do quite a lot of maintenance work pre-season, so pre-summer, but we'll do quite a few trips, just making sure that everything's as good as it can be for the upcoming season.
So we've got a reasonably long history. We have a high level of confidence in the team from Excel.
Time is just so important, and John does provide great service. Excel provide great service for us for preventative maintenance, but also the breakdown stuff as well.